Aligned and relaxed. Centering, quieting. Possibly elevated on a blanket if you would like. Feel your body settle, feel your breath settle, and feel your mind settle as you breathe with awareness, sit with awareness. Relax your eyes closed, draw your breath through your nose, release it through the nose as well. Listen to that swirl of your breath. Exhale your navel towards your spine. And coming over to your right side, do your favorite seated twist with the crossed legs. You can do the look back, reach back, or the hands down version. I'm going to try a little tucking of the chin today as I look back. But work it deeply, but with respect. Breathe into the central channel. Follow your spine. Give it the energy of one more breath. Really using the breath to stretch into the rib cage and then release that side. Second side with the tone in the belly. So we protect our back with that core awareness. Look back. Do the version that feels positive for your body right now. Try a little chin tuck if that feels okay, just to work on the neck. Breathe into the back of your heart. And just one more time. And mindful return to center. Feel the earth beneath you, ground your hands. Draw your awareness up your spine, through your chakras, your energy centers, your belly, your heart, your throat, your third eye. Let your arms reach up in a joyful stretch. Gently spread your fingers. Give a little upward tilt to your eyes. And as you breathe out, hands together down the center and lean forward. So just tip from your hips, elbows to your legs or to the floor. Have a moment for your own quiet intentions or just quietness. Awareness of breath and sensations of the body. Trying to let the waves of the brain relax. And breathe out once more. Inhale and then hum our Om. Let your elbows rise up so you really bring the vibrations into you. And then let's come up to standing pose. So have a moment for that transition. You can use your hands or try not using your hands. Take a moment because it is a transition. Whole different energy. Pause where you need to pause in that process. And then we center once again, spreading the feet, grounding into the earth. Let your pelvis tip back like a duck. Let it reach back and then tuck it way underneath you. And then try to find a nice neutral one in the middle. So that's just some awareness, some paying attention to that part of your body. So your low back is long and you're grounded in the torso. Inhale, reach your arms up, meet your hands at your heart. Exhale to forward fold. We'll just do a really traditional Surya Namaskara A, so you'll know what to expect. Slowly half lift pose, nose gaze. Exhale to plank. So don't breathe out until you need to, and then you have plenty of time to establish your plank. Upward dog, knees down. Carefully stretch the belly, roll the shoulders back. Try a little tail tuck. And exhale again, downward facing dog. Quarter dog is fine if you want to warm up there. Downward dog is a great pose for warming up the whole body. We have nice core engagement, pressing the arms and hands into the earth to strengthen the shoulders, the chest, and also to open the shoulders, the chest. Just noticing your upper body. Breathe out one more time. Breathe into half lift pose. So you need to come forward and lengthen your spine. Breathe out, forward fold, take your time. Of course, you can always take an extra breath if you need. Inhale to stand. Meet your hands in front of your heart. Gaze up, reach up. Exhale, ground your arms down into your body slowly. So that's 10 positions. 2 more times like that. Breathing in, reaching up. 2 is the forward fold with an exhale. Wherever you come into each pose is fine. Half lift, breathe in. So take care. Bend knees, belly strong. Exhale to plank, maybe other leg back first. Add a little bend to your elbows if you want to mix it up. Inhale, arms straight, upward dog. Just one breath to find that shape. Stretch your belly. And then the exhale to come into your down dog and stay for 5. You can do little movements, little refinements. Make sure hands are comfortable as possible. You'll be able to lift all your fingers off the floor and just use the heel of your hand, but then the whole hand comes down and supports that work. Let's draw awareness up into that uplift in the low belly here. So we find that central part of our bodies now, lengthening the waist on both sides. Move your hips side to side a little bit and feel that lengthening. Come back to center and be still. Breathe out. Breathe in. Come forward and stretch into your half lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Find your way in. And inhale to stand. So this is all part, moving from one thing to the next. Part of the journey. Exhale back to your center, arms down. Last one. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, fold in. Plenty of time for each movement. Exhale or inhale to half lift, sorry. And it's also a discipline. Exhale back to your plank. Elbows bent, hugging in if you like. Upward dog. So I just did a little energy back, and now I'm going to come into that upward dog shape. Just notice how you move from one to the next. Gaze down. Keep that downward gaze. Let it go to your navel. Downward dog. So now awareness from the hips to the feet. There's a lot of stretching across the low back and the back of your seat, waking up energy body. The legs may try to straighten, pressing back. If you feel that feels good for your legs to press back, and then heels reach down, even if knees are bent. Just one more breath, focusing on your legs in this pose. Bend your knees to release forward. Stretch into the half lift. Nose gaze, exhale, navel gaze, forward fold. Up to stand. Use your legs Reach your arms. So at the very top of your inhale, you're at the top of your pose. And then slowly breathe out, float down your arms. And take a free breath or two, just taking in the energy of the sun salutations. Letting yourself learn those 10 positions. You could do them anytime. And it prepares us for the rest of our poses. Let's do elephant pose to strengthen the hips. So sink down into your invisible chair, nice and low, open feet. Lift your toes, pulse up and down a few times, and then go down, bring your toes down. Rest your elbows together and your thumbs at your third eye. So a little bit of uprighting in your torso, a little lift in your elbows, and as much lowness as you can muster in your hips. Big elephant footprints. Close your eyes. Feel the trunk represented by your arms. Exhale once more. Press to stand back to center. And stretching it out, going the other way. Forward fold for 5 breaths or so. Carefully fold in. Pelvis tips forward. Knees bend as needed. Try to balance your weight into your feet. So keep weight in the balls of the feet. Take your elbows with your opposite hands, or your favorite if you've already chosen an arm position, that's fine. Belly flies up. Slowly breathe again, third breath. Change your arms so you hold the other way. 3 more breaths. Lengthening gently. Spine like a waterfall. 1 more long breath out. Hands back to your pelvis, bend knees, press up, release. Looking at half moon pose and triangle pose. So have your block ready if you would like, or we have furniture and walls in our homes. So turn out, we'll do triangle first. Turn out your right leg from your hip. If you want to put your block near that right foot, you may for the next one. And then angle in your left foot. Hips to the side. Balance and float up your arms. Breathe in. Breathe out. We lengthen our torso over to the side and ground, shin, foot, or floor. Just where you feel a nice lengthening in your low back. Belly strong. Turn and gaze up. Just out the sides of your eyes is fine, or your whole face can go up if that feels nice. Equal reaching. One more breath. Finish the exhale, belly strong, and keep that core engaged as you come up. Relax your arms. So the arms do the same thing in revolved triangle. It's half moon pose, sorry. But we come to balance on the front leg, straight or straightish. So let's just look at that to start with the idea of coming to a straight front leg and maybe lifting up the back leg. So we can work with that. We're going to take like 10 breaths time here to experiment. Come on into the pose if you know it. You can stay without a prop and just use that shape. Try to hold that shape, or try with your block or support if you'd like to come from below. And then try with the wall. Lift your back leg, reach your arm. Try again if you come down. Energize the lift and reach of your back leg. And maybe 2 more breaths. Reversing out slowly if you can, so you really feel that. And then just step to a comfortable, easy pose for a moment and just feel, settle, energy in the legs, the hips. Other side. Triangle first, Utthita Trikonasana. Reach your arms, breathe in. Breathe out with a strong tummy, come over and down. Round yourself below your knee. You can use a block in this pose. Try a little tail tuck. See if that brings you some freedom in your low back. Maybe we can try the tail tuck in the half moon as well. Fourth breath. One more, long neck. And breathe out. And that anchors the low belly, and then inhale, come up. So we do want to keep our belly strength as we experiment with half moon. Maybe this is the easy side. So that lift into the pose, hips stay to the side, arms reach. I'm going to do my own experimentation and playfulness. And if I catch the pose, then I'm going to stay. So please do the same. Explore. Be curious. And concentrate. Eyes and breath steady. Seven, 3 more breaths. Try to energize the lift and reach of your back leg. Bend your knee a little bit to come down carefully and just stand comfortably for a moment. Take in the pose, take in the energy. It weakens a lot of energy. And to the top of your mat, please bring your block. You don't have to have one. Take your right leg straight back, angling in the heel. So both legs are straight, hips are to the front. Block up by your left foot. Revolving triangle pose. Reach your right arm, shoulder down. Breathe out. Use your other hand at your pelvis to guide your pelvis to a forward fold. Sweep the hand across to the shin or block. Open out to the side. So do this all to your own degree, strong in your core to protect your back. Just feel the energy of this revolved pose. One more breath. Use the exhale, release the twist. And the inhale to stand up. Revolving half moon. We shift to that front leg straight, but with the hips towards the front of the mat. Lift the back leg, and then twist to look out to the left side. Let's experiment with that, just 5 breaths. Your back toes could stay on the floor. One more breath. And let go, let be. Have that pause. Receive. Some say that once you've got the practice in your body, it's always there. So just receiving the work. Second side, revolving triangle. You can bring over your block if you're using it, and use whichever setting works for your body today. Left arm up, shoulder off the ear. Breathe in. Breathe out, guide your pelvis forward fold. Sweep across that reaching arm to your leg or block possibly, and then open out to any degree, each of these things. The block can just bring the earth closer. But holding the shin works really well too. It's very grounding. One more breath. And release your twist, breathe out. Breathe in, coming up. Parivrita Ardha Chandrasana, revolving half moon. So that shift into the front leg straight. Feeling free to use your wall. Lift your back leg. So it's a warrior seat position. But then we add a twist out to the side. Try again. Be where you need to be. Do engage your center. Work your core throughout the practice until it's time to rest it. One more breath. Release carefully and pause. Let's let the arms float up into star. Just easy stance. Front and back ribs both grounding when you breathe out and when you breathe in. So your ribcage expands but doesn't lift. And release down your hands. Let's go into side position on the mat. Wide parallel feet. Long spine, breathe in. Exhale to forward fold. You can use your block if you wanted to in between to rest your right hand upon it. The left arm opening out into the twist. And release, breathe out. Other arm, just one breath up into twist. We get that revolved triangle shape with support. And breathe out. Back to your left leg, just wrapping your arms over in that direction. Just let your torso fold towards the left leg. Head releases down. Your knees may bend. Lift your arches. And take one more exhale. Forward fold. And slowly come to the other side. Hanging down, holding on. Last breath. Back to center. Inhale up, straight up. Tuck your tail a little bit. And breathe out. Goddess stance, turning out the toes as much as you're able and not falling over. So they can go all the way out to the side if that works. And then knees bend. Come right down the center. Take your hands together, feeling that centering, that symmetry and evenness. And scoop your right elbow underneath your left one. Hands together or shoulder hug. Garudasana arms. So we're concentrating on balancing using the roots of the big toes, the spreading feet. We're letting our knees be noticed in our minds. We notice the knees, just the right amount of bend. Some engagement at the pelvic floor helps you feel supported in the position. And then the breath moves the elbows up and down lightly. Be present with all of that for one more exhale. And release everything straight. Down the center with your hands, come back in. And now the other elbow underneath. The left under the right. We're mindful of everything. This is a complete gesture, shape, energetic form. Meditate upon it, be present with it. And just one more breath out. Release open, breathe in. And then release back to the top of your mat. Last bit of standing poses, warrior A and B, flowing between the two. Warrior A is this square to the front, big step back, so you have room to bend your front knee deeply. Whatever that is for you, but I'm trying to get deeper into this in 2021 and just trying to get lower. Add a little tail tuck. Let me bring some freedom to your low back, and then arms up, shoulders down, eyes up. The back foot and leg really drive the pose. This is the gathering energy. One more breath out. Concentrate and change to the back of your mat. So have a moment to transition your legs and feet, turn around, bend your knee, try a little tail tuck, and then reach up your arms, breathe in. Eyes upward but without strain. Be present with your breath. One more breath in. Stretch it a little more. And then breath out, hands to your heart. Turn your back toes to the side, warrior B. Open right up into it. Of course, you can always take a moment to refine if you need to. Turn your head. Reach evenly through both arms. So we're not looking at that bent knee, but we're aware that it's centering, headed towards the middle toes. One more breath out. Second side. Let your legs straighten, turn your head. Change your legs, find your knee bend. So we don't overly lift your chest here, but try to be as lifted in your upper back as you are in your chest, both broad. After a few breaths, you'll feel yourself settle in. Steady. On the last breath, just observe where you are. Release your arms down and work your feet close enough so you can step to the top. Heading to the earth. Weave your fingers, press up toward the sky. And breathe out, slowly fold forward. Spread your hands, take your legs back. And bring your knees down. Release your feet. Breathe in, cow spine. The low back stays straight. And then cat spine, the low back rounds and everything tucks. Twice more each way. Massage your spine with the breath and the movement. One more time. And release to center. Cross your ankles. And then sit back. Bring your hands back. So we're just transitioning to seated. Be careful with that. Come to your back for a bridge. Three. We'll do three. Lifting one leg at a time after a bit. So just settle, arrive in your back, transition. It's important in life as well. Hellos and goodbyes, and give time for transitions. Just let yourself settle. We were standing just a moment ago. And exhale, just arrive on your back. Bring your arms to the floor, right in by your sides, and then widen them away so you have some more space or a broader foundation. Head centered, press your feet, lift your hips. So my head has to move away from my feet to make room. So let yourself adjust in that way. So your face is upward, you're strongly on the back of your skull. Press your hip points towards the sky. Try a little tail tuck. See if it gives you a little freedom. One more breath, lift a little higher if possible. And breathe out, come down, let your spine just rest into the earth. Feel it release. Inhale, lift up. Trying the one leg version so you can adjust where your standing foot is. Start into the right leg. Lift the left foot off the floor. Just start with that. Straight to the sky. Press your arms. Press everything. 2, 3, 4. Just 5 breaths. There's the last one. And now we get to carefully release. Maybe spine down and then leg. Pause. Exhale, front ribs down and together. Second side, just 5 breaths. Come up. Try a little tail tuck energy and really vigorous reach with your right leg. So everything that's touching the floor helps you. And then we squeeze the glutes on the pressing foot. Engage the reaching leg. 4, one more breath. Give it all the energy you have for it right now. And then soften, release. Go ahead and roll over to your left side, supporting your head so it's comfortable. Bottom leg straightens out and working the top leg so that the heel comes towards the hip. We'll get a nice open in the front of the shoulder here as well. So we're not doing the bow today, just the fold. Lightly draw the navel to the spine, balancing from your core. And use your hand to bring your heel towards your hip, close to your hip. So you have absolute control. Don't strain your knee at all. Let your eyes rest a moment. And 8. Release. Change to your other side. So just have a moment with that sensation, kind of a deep release around the knee. Come to the other side. It should feel good when you let go. So pay attention. If you've done more than feels good today, just know to do it more lightly in the future. And we just pay careful attention. That's where our mindfulness is here. So there's lots in the body to focus on. Balancing on the side. Opening the front of your thigh and your shoulder just the right amount. Resting your head and your eyes. Four more slow breaths. Relax. Just gently encouraging your heel towards your hip. And last time, finishing an out breath. Release your leg. Come to your back for a moment. Just take in that sensation. Come up to seated. Try rocking up. Maybe don't use your hands. If you've been practicing that rock up with me, just kick your feet out and rock up. Take your legs out in front. So I had us do that preparation so we could try that pose as a forward fold. So lean over towards your left side so that you can bend your right knee. So when we fold the knee on itself, it protects the joint. Carefully fold your leg back and then come back up to center. If that is too much, do the sideline version. So I've got a little bit of tightness feeling here, releasing around my knee, and it feels fine. So you can pause at any place. Just be with this if you haven't tried it before. Lightly activate your straight leg. And then we take the body into that Paschimottanasana shape of forward fold. So carefully explore that if it's new. And then connect your hands somewhere to the floor, your foot, or your leg. Rest your head down towards the leg and breathe. And just relax and breathe where you are. One more breath out. Just grateful for what you were able to do today. Coming out, lean back over into your hands on your left so you can carefully straighten out your bottom leg. Other way, lean over, bend your left leg, fold it in on itself. Very carefully return upright. You can use your arms to recenter yourself. Make sure you don't have any pain in your knee. Come to side lying if you do, or if it's just a lot. So you could just start, stay there. Come to the forward fold if it feels good on this side today. Super mindful. Take your time. Straight leg activated. So a little flex in the foot. Some deep breaths into your back body. Three limb space, 1 foot pose. Breathe out one more time. Take a little time to release, lean to your side and take your leg out. You cross your right leg over your left, cross at the ankles, come over to the left side for infinity pose. So just spread your hands, kind of like upward dog, as you roll over to that left side of your body, towards your left hip. You can stop at any point. Just stay lifted out of your arms. So your back hand can go away if you need more space for your shoulder. Hold steady. Lateral body. A little action as the feet hook around each other. And 2 more breaths. When you come to your exhale, release for the other side. Center, cross your other ankle. Take your arms out, spread out your fingers. So one hand is kind of in front of your thighs or pelvis. The other hand is back behind you. So you have room to roll towards your right outer leg, outer hip. Just the right degree on this side. 8 breath count. Lift out of your shoulders. Lift your neck so it's long. Don't sink into your shoulders. And 8. Slowly return to your seat and release into easy pose for a moment. A comfortable one, an established one. And practicing a meditation with a Kaspana mudra. So this gesture of letting go. Cross your thumbs. Keep your index fingers, but weave your other fingers together. And then your fingers point downward. So just rest your hands, fingers pointing down. Relax your hands completely so you're not squeezing. Let your mind come into its meditative state, resting upon the breath, present in this moment. And in your imagination, sitting on a stone beside some moving water. And sitting there, just allow yourself to release any stale energy from your body and mind. Let it flow from you like sweat. Just let go. Ask yourself to let go. And we'll just do it a little while so we won't let go too much. Spent energy flows away from me. Focus on your exhales. 3 more breaths. Like a sigh, you can open your mouth. Sigh. Let go. Inhale, inhale more. Exhale, sigh. Last time. Double inhale. Release your hands to your legs. So still sitting on the rock beside the moving water, but now the cooling air from the water, the coolness comes over you. Just let yourself be washed with the flowing water. Just sitting with that idea, perhaps visualizing a place. Cool water washing over you, washing away, refreshing. Spin energy flows away, and I thankfully accept all things that refresh me. And the last part, let your hands turn upward and let yourself be warmed by the sun. I accept all things that refresh me. One more big rounded breath. And just have a moment to feel complete with that practice. And let's look at the Firelogs pose. So from easy pose, we want to brighten and activate both of the legs and work your feet out. Try to stack your lower legs. So that's going to look different for a lot of us. Just work with whatever leg is on top. We try the hip cradle to gently bring it above the other one. This may come easily to your hips, or it may be challenging, so you want to stay really respectful to the knees and the hips. So it can look just like your easy pose, just with your feet further away. That's where you can start, so don't hurt. And then a hinge forward from your pelvis, maybe little, maybe more. So you really stretch the piriformis, the outer hip muscles, those deep hip muscles. Keep it really kind. Relax what you can. We're in our finishing phase. Same for 8 breaths. 8. Finish this side. Coming up carefully. Trying the other side, so the other ankle's on top. So you can work just by bringing your ankles away from you. And that will just change the work in the hips when you try a little forward fold. So in easy pose, we're folded way in. And here we're opening out, bright and active. Feet and legs protect the joints. So having a little time to explore. And then explore the forward fold, lightly or deeply, and be soft and present. So you have control in each pose. You're totally in control. How deeply, how long, how to adjust if you've gone too far, how to grow if you have space to grow. So take 2 more breaths with that idea. Now that I'm relaxed here, I'm going to try a little more forwardness. And then carefully releasing and taking your legs out wide. Just let them open out after all that folding. And we're going to take a yin dragonfly. So we're going to yin ourselves by stopping our muscles. Just let your muscles relax. Nice and easy. And then the lateral dragonfly, coming over towards your right leg into a side stretch, side bend. One that you can hold for a minute. So experiment with what that feels like for you. So I might get some tingling in my top arm after a while, so I'm going to just let my hand rest on my head. One or both arms, the other arm could be on the floor for support. We just want to feel our lateral body, and now stay for a minute. Steady, soft. Be ready for our resting pose, pre-softening. And feeling complete on that side for today. Slowly reverse to center. Just be with that compression for a moment. And explore the other side. I did just 30 seconds just for time's sake. Just hold and be still. Bond is relaxed. Easy through the legs. Just the right amount of side reach for you. Awakening the energy lines of the body. Kidney and bladder lines for the winter season. And let's feel complete with the next breath out. Let go slowly. Center. Be still. Observe. And as promised, plenty of time for resting. If you want to add anything else before you rest, you can do that. I know some of us need a real break in the middle of the day. So just keep whatever it is that you do restful for whatever you need today. If you want to do some upside down legs or start with your knees apart and your feet together, all good. Shavasana. Wrap yourself with clothing, blankets, socks, so that you stay cozy. Blankets and eye pillows are really grounding as well. Transition to this place where we are pre-softened. Let your bones rest back into the earth. Let all of your muscles relax. Your face, smooth and soft. Shoulders rest down towards the floor, and arms rest all the way out to the knuckles. You'll land on your knuckles as your fingers curl in, holding nothing. Just the gentle rise and fall of your breath. Letting the hips now soften completely from their strengthening and stretching. All the way out to your heels, where your toes fall out to the sides. Letting the brain rest in the spaciousness cultivated by our mindful breathing. And once all the thought waves are quiet, then we get glimpses of our true nature. Everything you need is already inside of you. Let your face be relaxed and neutral. Possibly at that light, resting half smile, bringing a peacefulness. The muscles of your face relaxing into that peacefulness. The song turning back into itself, 6, terrestrial blues. Again, who am I? Certainly not the boy I started out to be, nor the man, nor the poet. Sometimes alone and saddened, which is to say joyous, I get glimpses of myself, the eternal spirit floating from flower to tree to grasshopper, through whole herds of cattle. I become the skies, the very air itself. Me, all things. Me, nothing. It would confuse me if I didn't know these pounds of meat bearing the name my people gave me to be simply everybody's condition. My soul knows no name, no home in being. My soul seeks your soul. Let us laugh each at the other and be friends. Svasti prajabhyaha paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahishaha go brahmenebhyaha shubhamastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May the leaders be wise. May all beings find freedom and peace. Let your throat release first from the stillness. Just coming to that communication center, that sensitive, soft, important place of our voice. Swallow and release it. And then stretch your breath. Next time you breathe in, draw it deeply into your body. And then let it fly back out. Release it out. You may release slowly back to your seat in your own way. Take a little bit of time. Pause in places where it feels right for you. It can be your own personal journey. Return to your easy pose, perhaps with greater ease than when you began. Folding in. Ground your hands down in your legs. Hug your elbows a little bit into your sides. Center your head. With eyes closed, notice the light that still filters in. Natural or not, just see the light through your eyelids. Without opening your eyes, find your hands together into your heart and have a moment with your gratitude or your intention. Come back to those things. And just let yourself bow in, sealing the practice with our gratitude. Namaste. Recognizing the light in all of us to be the same. We are not separate. Thank you for practicing with me today. A little different. Let me know if you have any questions about some of the things we tried, how you feel about having a long rest. If you have time now, sit and meditate for a few minutes or a few breaths. Accept the things that refresh you.